Hi everyone. So this week's case study with Alex stood out to me because it brings up a hard reality in counseling, is being able to balance your confidentiality with the duty to protect someone when there may be a risk of harm. So starting out with confidentiality, I do think that there's a real emotional weight that comes with that promise. So as counselors, we're asking clients to trust us with some of the most vulnerable thoughts and experiences in their life. And that's not something that we should take lightly. At the same time, there are clear professional boundaries, especially when there is a risk of harm to the client or to others. So knowing that there may be a moment where I have to break confidentiality to keep someone safe feels heavy because I know it can impact the trust that we've built. So in Alex's situation, hearing his despair, his thoughts about harm, and knowing he has access to a gun would immediately raise concerns for me. So in a moment like that, I would rely on an ethical decision-making model to be sure that I'm staying grounded. So first, I would assess the level of risk. So looking at intent, plan, means, immediacy, and then I would consult ethical guidelines and legal responsibilities, focusing on duty to warn or protect. I would also seek supervision or consultation if possible, even if briefly, just to make sure that I'm not acting on emotion alone. The model helps anchor me because in a high stress situation, it would be easy to react out of fear or urgency. And so having a step-by-step process allows me to slow down, to think clearly, and act in a way that is both ethical and supportive. So personally, I think that the situation could trigger my protective instincts, especially given my background working with families and in the behavioral health field. So I naturally want to keep people safe, but I have to be careful not to let that turn into acting too quickly without fully assessing the situation. And so that's where the self-awareness and supervision become really important for me. So when it comes to communicating with Alex, I think this is where the human connection is going to matter most, so far anyways. So I would try to be honest and transparent with him while also being compassionate. So I might try to say something like, I want you to know that I care about your safety and the safety of others. Some of the things that you've shared today make me concerned, and because of that, I may need to take steps to help keep everyone safe. This isn't about punishing you, it's about making sure that you're supported and you're not alone in this. I would even want him to understand that my actions are not a betrayal, but an extension of my caring. So even if it damages the trust in that moment, I would still continue to show up with empathy and support, reinforcing that he is not being abandoned and I am still here and we are still, working through this together and he can still trust me. So overall this week, it reminded me that being an ethical counselor isn't just about knowing the rules, it's about being able to navigate the really difficult emotional situations while still staying grounded, compassionate, and client-centered. Thank you.